It's Tuesday, baby. In time for the Michael Baisden Show. Turn off your radio and get with the program, baby. It's Tuesday, baby. In time for the Michael Baisden Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, family? This is Michael Baisden. Welcome to the Michael Baisden Channel, streaming live on the web and all Amazon Echo devices. Sponsored by VideoPitch.com. If you're a filmmaker, entrepreneur, comedian, or artist, become a contributor and earn extra cash by uploading your video. Go to VideoPitch.com now and share your story. Show off your talent and promote your business for free and earn extra money doing it. Now get ready for the Michael Baisden experience. One world, one mic, one love, one love.
For years, Mr. Cohen has acted like he is above the law. He has considered himself and openly referred to himself as Mr. Trump's fixer. He is played by a different set of rules, or should we say no rules at all. He has never thought that the little man, or especially women, mattered. That ends now. My attorney and I are committed to making sure that everyone finds out the truth and the facts of what happened, and I give my word that we will not rest until that happens.
That, of course, Stormy Daniels, who sat in court during a hearing for Donald Trump's personal attorney, Michael Cohen, and then she spoke about why she was there. A lot came out in that hearing. For one thing, judges saying that Cohen's office can have their documents back till they can show how much they believe is subject to attorney-client privilege. But the name Sean Hannity came out in court after the judge ordered it, and Cohen was trying to keep that secret.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's other news as well. Trump puts the brakes on the new Russian sanctions. If you all don't believe this man is bought by now, there should be no question in anybody's mind. Why would you step back on the sanctions? You all stay tuned. We got some bigger news coming up. Another video from Starbucks that is even more controversial than the first. Grown Folks Radio's on the air, ladies and gentlemen. Hot topics. Getting ready to shut it down. One nation, one station. Let's get this party cranked up. Controversy continues. Thank you all for tuning in. Drama Tuesday. Man, do I got drama for you today. On my way to ATL. See you guys there tomorrow. The big party's going down at St. James Live. Michael Baisden live at St. James Live. It is about to go down. Listen to Mix 87.7 to get your tickets. Dominique and George, Tanisha, Miles, you in the building as well. Jeez. Why did this man take the sanctions off of Russia? We know why, Tanisha. Say it.
We feel that they have something definitely over.
They have to.
And it's deeper than the whole story of urination. I'm going to say it in the prostitutes because I think it's deeper than that.
It's got to be.
It's something super illegal.
I don't know what it is, but clearly this is, even for the strangest president I've ever seen in my lifetime, this has got to be the strangest. We're talking about the Russians.
Yes.
We're not talking. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Maxine Waters said it may have something to do with loans and banks and how much
That's what
debt
Tanisha
runs
said.
to Russian
It's
finances.
money.
It's money.
Yeah.
It's money, man. I'm
Follow
telling
the
you.
money.
I think it's a mob. It's almost like that mob type thing.
It's
There's
not
some
just
stuff
money.
going
It's
on.
money and morals. He done some immoral stuff over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please care about what's happening with this. We got to get into the hot topic today. Long distance relationships. And let me tell you something. No city has more long-distance relationships than the ATL. We are on our way down there. And by the way, D.C., Mad Love the 96.3, man. We're going to get to you guys as well. Buffalo, New York, Memphis, Tennessee, Orlando. We're coming to your town. Thank you all for tuning in. It's the Michael Baisden Show. Call in right now about your long-distance relationship. This is how we roll. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do long-distance relationship. I'm going to be the devil's advocate today on the Michael Baisden Show. Find you somebody's locals. Find you someone you can get your arms around. Somebody you can call over to give you some good loving. Somebody who can cook for you. Somebody you can take out on a date. Somebody you can be spontaneous with. I am against long distance relationships
Why don't
today.
you just say you're against relationships?
Yeah, and you're not the devil's advocate. You're his spokesman. There's a difference, okay?
So look. Let me just put this out there. And again, I have had long distance relationships. I believe they can be successful. However, I think that most people would prefer, let me use this word, I think most people would prefer to have their partners close. Most people.
I agree with that. I would agree with that. I think most people want that, but some people, obviously do not meet them right around the same the corner that you live
Well,
in.
of course not. Especially with social media now.
Yeah, man. People are meeting people all over the world, man, and falling head over heels in love, which means you got to travel to see them.
Especially when you fall in love with somebody in the military.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
Because you've been how many years in a military marriage?
17.
17 years. How many of those years, Tanisha, were spent separate from each other in different countries?
I know he did 3 deployments, as a matter of fact. One was a year deployment, another one was 6 months, another one was 6 months.
Okay, that's a long time. But a lot of these folks are dating for years long distance. I've dated for years long distance. And sometimes the benefit is you do have that honeymoon every time you get together. But let's face it, sometimes you just don't get that spontaneity that you can get. And then I'm going to be honest with you. The eye starts to wonder. Call us up right now. We're going to get real and deep into this as we get close to the holidays. The question is whether or not your relationship is working out long distance. This is a lot of time that people start doing a lot of inventory of their relationships. Call in right now to the Michael Baisden Show and also join us on social media. Michael Baisden Live, Michael Baisden Show. We're talking about long distance relationships on your radio. The ladies are calling in. Everybody's agreeing with me. Don't do long distance relationships.
No,
if you
they are
disagree,
not.
they are calling in. They're agreeing with me. Phone lines blowing up from all across the country. Mickey's calling me from Texas. She can't wait to tell me how much she agrees with me. What do you say about long distance relationships, Mickey?
They're a no-go for
Told you.
me. I can't do it. Wouldn't do it. You can't stalk them if they long distance. I can't drive.
Nope, you sure cannot.
So, Mickey, have you tried to have a long distance relationship?
Nope.
I did, and I dated a guy from Canada. But the only reason why is because it was easy. It was so easy. He had an accent, but it didn't work. What can you do?
Yeah, he had an accent.
I like to
You
watch
don't.
Netflix
Yeah.
and chill.
You don't have an accent at all.
Don't be funny.
Kind of. You kind of do.
So, Mickey, what are your cons against long distance relationships? Break it down for us.
For one, you can't stalk them.
Mm-hmm.
For two, you don't know what they're doing or who they're doing. And then for three, you can't be close enough to, you get
Stalk
a certain
'em.
vibe when you're around somebody. They could be telling you anything.
But Georgia, go ahead.
How
go ahead.
how many men have you stalked? I mean, realistically.
If I date, if we talk, we stalk. So if I talk, we talking.
I've never heard that before.
Yes.
In all the years of doing radio, we talk, we stalk. I love your honesty, Mickey. What part of Texas are you calling from?
Man, please tell us.
I'm from East Texas. I'm from Long Beach, Texas.
Oh, my God.
You know,
Run,
if we talk,
Run, fellas, run. Mickey, we love you. Hey, have a great holiday, Mickey.
All right.
you too. Y'all know y'all be
And-
stalking anyway.
Dress warm, girl. Dress warm. You know you're going to be in the bushes somewhere.
Take your calls right now on long distance relationships. If you just tuned into the show, we just talked to my girl Mickey, and Mickey said if we talk, we stalk. Man, I'm writing that one down, Mickey. Hey, y'all continue to call in. I don't want to take the position that long distance relationships are bad ideas. Most of my relationships have been long distance, but I think most people prefer to be in local relationships. Erica's on the phone line from New York. What's up, Erica?
Hello, how are you?
Talk to me, lady. I'm good.
Good. I did the long distance relationship, and he still owes me for his last flight that he came here.
Here we go. How much was the ticket? I'm just curious.
I'm the one spending all the money. I was the one spending every last penny for him to get here, for me to get there. And after a while, it just became too much. And I gave him a loan, and I ain't seen either.
Okay, this has turned into another show topic. You know that. Go ahead, Miles. Let it out. Let it out.
Out of curiosity, are you still giving out loans? Or?
No. I have learned my lesson completely.
So, Erica, let me ask you this: where was he flying to and from?
North Carolina to New York. How about that?
North Carolina to New York, and you paid for every flight. How many flights have you paid for?
Nah, I didn't say that. I didn't pay for all of them, but I paid for a lot of them. I'd say probably about, I probably spent a good $2,000.
Erica,
And this is in a span of about 8 months.
Erica,
was it worth it, though?
I knew you were going to say that.
Absolutely not.
Was it worth?
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Then why you
It
keep
was
spending
not.
it?
Yeah, why you keep spending it if it wasn't even worth it?
Well, I kept trying. I'm just one of those people that like to try to, overcome and try to see the best in people and just keep trying.
She was
That's
looking
me.
for love.
That's who I am.
You were looking for love, weren't you, Erica?
I don't know about looking for it. I thought I had, honestly. But
Well, hell,
then,
if the loving wasn't good, I was hoping you'd get the love out of it. I'm trying to help you out, sister.
Paying for it.
Wow. I mean,
It's a wrap.
it doesn't
It's a
sound.
wrap.
I hope it's a wrap because if the
here we
loving
go.
wasn't good and the love is not there, what's the point?
It's a wrap.
That's
I
my
learned
girl.
lesson,
There you go.
absolutely.
I'm
But you ain't
glad
giving
you-
out no more loans.
All right, we gotta go,
Miles,
man.
You ain't
Get
giving
back
out a
into the
little bit.
music. Great point. It's the Michael Basin Show. Erica, we love you. I'm glad you learned your lesson. Oh my goodness, loans. Just in case you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, today is National Hookah Day.
Haiku.
Haiku.
You said hookah?
God
Maybe
bless you.
hookah
It's haiku.
Yes,
also.
that's
Gesundheit.
something that's that in your house.
All right, here I go. George, don't hate. Here-
Haiku.
Okay, haiku. Ladies and gentlemen, and explain it to him, please.
Haiku is a Japanese type of poem that the first line is 5 syllables, second line 7 syllables, and the third one is 5 syllables.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Michael Basin Hookah.
Haiku.
That's what I said.
Gesundheit.
I want you like crazy. Your love makes me hazy. Damn, I'm real hungry.
Okay.
first
Okay.
poem
All
is
right, I
just
got one. I got
bad.
one. I got one. I got
And
one.
I didn't even
Okay,
count
hold
on the
George is
syllables.
ready. George is
You,
ready.
you inspired me. You inspired
Here we
me.
go.
Okay,
Let's
here
go.
we
World is vast and wide. So much out there to explore. Right now, let's eat lunch.
Wait a minute. If you all can do better, go to videopitch.com right now or Video Pitch Group. Coming back at the top of the hour with hot news. You all got to talk about this big thing at Starbucks, man. New video out. We'll talk about that next. You're listening to the Michael Basin Show, family, sponsored by videopitch.com. If you have a story, a talent, or a business to promote, and I'll share it with my 5 million monthly users. And here's the best part. You get paid to do it. Log on to videopitch.com now and become a contributor. That's videopitch.com. Now back to the Michael Basin Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's another Starbucks video. And Tanisha, I got to tell you, it is flagrant. This is going to hit much harder than the other video
Really?
with the men being arrested. Yes. Talk to me, T.
Well, it was a video that they showed. A guy went in there and he saw that a white person was allowed to get the code for the bathroom without purchasing something. But him, when he asked to use the bathroom and get the code, they told him he had to purchase prior to getting the code.
Right there on live
So he put him
video.
on the spot, asked him what was the situation. I know Dominica has a lot more details as for where.
What happened, Neek?
No, then he just he confronted the manager and she told him to get out, that it was a private property and he needed to get out of the restaurant. And he left. In his case, he left, but he was saying the whole time, what did I do different than this guy? Is it my race? It has gone viral. It's gotten millions of hits. And I have a feeling, because we've had situations like that when I was living in LA, I have a feeling they're going to have a lot more videos and stories like this coming out.
You all stand by. We got more Trump news, man. He was not doing the sanctions. They got something on this, man. They own this president, in my opinion. Come back with more of your calls on long distance relationships. I'm getting ready to get my long distance on. Atlanta, I'm on my way, baby. Mix 87.7 coming to shut it down at St. James Live tomorrow. This is the Michael Basin Show. Shout out to all the folks dating on social media. I guarantee you most of those relationships are long distance. Hit us up right now. Tell me you're for or against it. A lot of y'all are going to be having your significant others commuting to where you are. And I'm going to tell you, when I was out east, of course, most of the women I was meeting were out west. So I was meeting a lot of West Coast women, a lot of Cali girls, and of course, a lot of women who lived in New York and D.C., which, you know, when I was in South Florida and Miami, that
Right,
can be...
so you had Miami, and then you had the women
Here
on
we
the
go.
East Coast,
Here we
and then
go.
you had the women out
Listen.
south in Atlanta.
All right, listen.
Then the West Coast
All right.
women. Then,
Did-
of course,
didn't
you had
that-
the
didn't-
island women, because you
George.
kept on going back and forth to the
George.
islands.
Doesn't
George.
this sound like that song, I Got What in Different Area Codes?
Okay,
Is that
both of
what it
y'all
sounds
are
like?
completely wrong for that. I'm telling you, it's just a challenge. George is married. You're married, so neither one of you all even have these issues to deal with. As a single man, I can tell you...
Soon to be. But I had a long distance relationship first, and for over a year, and that's the sacrifice and the commitment that we had for each other was based on the love and the connection that we had. So we was willing to do the uncomfortable thing and make time.
Why are you
know?
pointing at me?
Because you said you were going to come back and tell us about this
Yeah, he
Facebook
always,
interaction.
You believe him? You
I
believe
forgot
him?
about that.
I didn't
You
forget
believe
about
that?
it.
My thing is that when I've met the women, I've met two significant women in my life on social media who turned into long distance relationships, and it worked out great. And the one thing about social media, which a lot of people complain about it, don't blame Facebook. Facebook is not the problem for people cheating and all the rest of the stuff. It's the person behind the technology that's the problem. When you have an opportunity to see a person's life, to see their friends, to see how they write, to see how they spell, to see what they find funny, it is a great resource to figure out whether or not you want to be involved with this person. So for me, I had an opportunity to really learn who these women were, looking at their kids, looking at their relationships with their exes. Whenever I had certain topics, they would comment on them, because people who are really angry really blow up on Facebook.
You know what? I realized that
On social
is
media,
perfect
period.
for you. To have a long distance relationship, because you can do whatever you want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going left. This is not the conversation I'm trying to have. Call in all my long distance relationship people. I want my girl Edie. I don't know if it's Edie or Eddie. You hold on for me. I'm coming to you next. Is it Edie or Eddie?
Wow.
It's actually D.
Oh, D. I don't know what the heck my producer's doing in there. Oh, that's just all the way off. Stand by. We'll come back with D next on the Michael Basin Show. One Nation, One Station. Thank you all for tuning in, taking your calls on long-distance relationships. Thank you all for your honesty. It's not an easy thing to do, but in the world we live in today with so many people meeting through social media, it's inevitable. In fact, I believe this probably practical for most people, because when you meet, you normally don't meet people in your area. But let me stand corrected, Miles. The new app, and I was wondering about this, don't you set it for certain areas? Like, I don't use them.
You're talking about like Tinder, where you can put a certain location in and find people within a
So
location.
that's how people are hooking up locally.
It's potential.
How does that work, Miles?
I don't use Tinder.
You don't use Tinder.
Don't put me under.
And how do you know about it?
I have friends. I have a lot of single friends that use Tinder.
How does it work?
So the way it works is you put a certain vicinity of that you're looking for someone, and then it pulls up those people, and then you swipe left or right if you like them. And it's that simple. And
so
then
that's
you set
why
up a
they
date.
can meet locally. See, with me using Facebook most of the time, most of the folks that I interact with are all over the country. I got
How
D
do
on the
you
line.
interact with them?
Well, I'll tell you that secret later. D, D, what's going on? How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you, my cancer friend?
What's up, my fellow Cancerian? Talk to me about these long distance relationships.
Well, I had a 28-year commuting marriage.
Woo!
Married it 3 years. Long distance was 2.5-hour drive from Atlanta to a South Georgia town. And wonderful relationship. Married a wonderful, quiet gentleman. I'm more of a talker, originally from
But wait a
Ohio.
minute. You said 28 years. Hold on, lady. 28 years?
Wow.
Commuting marriage.
Wow. Do you recommend that, ma'am?
And commuting to Chicago for 10 years.
Oh, my God. Okay,
Boy.
you hold on a second. I'm going to come back with your calls. I'm going to answer the question you asked me. Get that look. Why's your face all bent
'Cause
up?
I know how you do.
Oh, my. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some personal stuff going on in the studio. I'm going to let it out when we come back. You all stand by. 28 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is.
Okay, I can't call it crazy. Yes, I can. That's crazy. Come back with more of your calls on Grown Folks Radio. Welcome back to the Michael Basin Show. We're still trying to get over that last call. Captain Crunch, Captain Moore, whatever his name was.
Captain
What was his
spying
name?
on you.
Captain Morgan was
Captain. It was.
Captain Tom.
So the captain just called in. He is in the military. Didn't say which branch. He said he worked at different embassies, and so he was gone for 4 months at a time. But this is the part that I had an issue with, Tanisha. He said he had cameras throughout the house. Now, you all been separated, you and your husband, sometime for up to a year. Were there ever any cameras?
Absolutely not. Why would my husband need to set up cameras in our house?
That's crazy.
That's creepy.
George?
Hell, I got cameras in my house, and I use them.
But you gotta admit, George, being someone who's been in a long distance relationship, Tanisha as well, I have too, but not for the length of time that you all have. Trust is
Trust
number
is the
one.
bottom line and the number one thing in any relationship, long distance or short.
And then the expense is also something we need to think about. But, even beyond that, you got to ask yourself, what is the purpose of this long distance relationship? Because most people do not have the finances to continue to date. Plane tickets are not cheap.
No, they're not.
You're talking about hundreds of dollars, literally $1,000 a month to travel back and forth and see each other. And that can be a real issue, man.
I think that if you have the intention of seeing this person and you think it's going to go in more of a permanent situation, then it's worth the investment.
And I think maybe this is the reason why long distance relationships work. Now, check out this thought. If you're dating long distance and it's not serious, that means there must be some really strong chemistry for you to be paying to go back and forth. So there's a benefit there. And if there's an objective, then that means you're really working towards something in order to do it. Maybe that's why everyone is so for it.
And you know what one of our callers said, and I really like? She admitted she's not built for it. Some of us, we have to admit, we're not built
That's right.
for that.
That's
so don't
right.
waste people's time.
That's right. Some of you all, you're not even secure, and your man lived on the next block.
Let alone long distance. I agree, man. Hey, continue to call in, family, as the holidays arrive. A lot of us are going to be getting together with these people that we love from very long distances. And my attitude is if it's working, continue to support each other and continue to invest in that relationship. That's right. I said it. This is the Michael Baisden Show. Yeah, I'm in a holiday mood.
Look at the Grinch.
Taking calls on long distance relationships. There's so much inappropriate talk that goes on off the air here, man. Hey, welcome to the show. Holidays coming up. A lot of you all are going to be seeing your partners who are not from your cities, not from your state, sometimes from the other side of the country and maybe the other side of the world. Tanisha, whose husband and her have been together for how many years now?
17 years, 22 together total.
And there was 1 year in particular, the longest length of time you all have been separated has been 1 year. And I think it's just a challenge to be in any long-distance relationships. My man Daryl's on the line. Met your wife online, and it's been long-distance relationship. Daryl, talk to me. What's up, man?
Good evening. Well, I met her online 4 years ago, and I didn't believe in the long-distance thing either. Neither did she. But surprisingly, we really connected, and I traveled back and forward from New Orleans to Florida for a whole year, and we ended up getting married this year, August 17, 2017.
I got a question, and this is for everyone who's listening to me right now, and that we haven't had a chance to get into this. I want to get into it now. Is dating long distance different when you have the objective to eventually be married or move in together?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Because if you're only out for the one thing, then
What's the
you know
point?
it ain't gonna work because you're not in it for the long haul. But if you're in it for the long haul, you know what your goals are. You know what you're looking forward to. You know what you're looking for in that person. And that's what I found in this woman that I married.
I think it's easier to date long distance when you know the objective is to be together, be in the same city. But how do you go from being long distance to moving someone in with you? See, this is the challenge of dating long distance, that you don't get a chance to be with them on a regular basis to see who they really are. Is that what you were getting at?
That's what I was going to say. It's like once you move in together, because when you're online texting, talking,
and traveling back and forth.
It's only temporary.
Well, ask Daryl. Hey, Daryl, did you all move in together or did she just move to your town? I'm just curious.
No, actually, I moved to her town and moved in with her.
Oh.
I moved from New Orleans to Florida. And it was easy for me because I guess within the year of traveling back and forward,
yeah,
I've learned a lot about her, and we developed this trust and comfort with one another. I developed the trust and comfort with her kids. So it was easy for me to...
No, hold on. I got to get into this music. Hey, Daryl, good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you and your woman. Congratulations to you, partner.
Thank you, sir.
Coming
Y'all
back,
have a great day.
You do too, Daryl. Coming back with more of your calls. Got to get back into the music on the Michael Baisden Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Michael Baisden Show. As you all know, it's National Haiku Poetry Day. And I'm back with another haiku. Damn. Your mind. Okay, explain it to him again, Tanisha, please.
A haiku is a Japanese poem. The first line is 5 syllables. The second line is 7 syllables. And the third line is 5 syllables.
Okay, thank you. Okay, here we
There you
go. Your mind is so deep. I want to rub your feet. Please, put on a sock.
You're like one syllable short in the middle, man.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Well, say it again.
But are we focused on the syllables or the fact that was just terrible?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I did it. I said your mind is so deep. I want to rub your feet.
Rub your feet.
Tuh.
I want to rub
Your feet.
He had the...
Please put on the sock.
That's 5.
That's 6. Yeah, the short one.
I bet I'm sure the feet stink, and so
I
does
want
your
to
haiku.
rub your
foot.
Great foot. Stand by. Atlanta, I'm on my way. Mix 87.7. I'll see you tomorrow at St. James Live. To get in, man, you got to keep listening to Mix 87.7. Memphis, Tennessee, Bookstock. I'll see you on April 28th. Orlando, May 17th, downtown at the Abbey, baby. We're getting ready to shut it down. This is the Michael Baisden Show on your radio, y'all. You're listening to the Michael Baisden Show, family, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. If you have a story, a talent, or a business to promote, and I'll share with my 5 million monthly users. And here's the best part. You get paid to do it. Log on to VideoPitch.com now and become a contributor. That's VideoPitch.com. Now back to the Michael Baisden Show.
For years, Mr. Cohen has acted like he is above the law. He has considered himself and openly referred to himself as Mr. Trump's fixer. He is played by a different set of rules, or should we say no rules at all. He has never thought that the little man, or especially women, matter. That ends now. My attorney and I are committed to making sure that everyone finds out the truth and the facts of what happened, and I give my word that we will not rest until that happens.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels, and of course she's talking about Trump's personal attorney, Michael Cohen. She sat in a hearing for him, and she was explaining why she was there. This turned into a big reality show. Her attorney, Avenatti, and Stormy Daniels really beating the president at his own game right now.
She is. She's going to be the one to contribute to taking him down. And ladies and gentlemen, if you all have not heard, the president put the brakes on the new Russian sanctions.
Yeah, he says they're dialing him back. He's not ready to sign off on them yet, even though the UN ambassador said it was a go.
They got him, ladies and gentlemen. My opinion, they own the president of the United States. Come back with more calls if you heard about the new video from Starbucks. Wait till you hear this story up next. Shout out to the family in Atlanta. On my way, I'll see you guys tomorrow at St. James Live tomorrow night. Yes, I will be there. Copies of my book, Woman Up. Raise your hand if you have issues. The classics, Men Cry in the Dark, The Maintenance Man 2, Never Satisfied, How and Why Men Cheat. I will be in the building. And Donald Trump, of course, will be selling out the country, as I believe he is doing. I think the Russians own him lock, stock, and barrel, Tanisha.
Come on, we know he's been played like a puppet. I'm telling you right now, it's so obvious. As verbal as he is on Twitter and attacking other people, why has he not said anything negative when it comes
They're
to
sitting there
Russia?
going, say something. And now we got a new story out of with Starbucks. This Starbucks story is big, man. I really watched the video. I was shocked, Dominique.
Yeah, this is Redondo Beach, California. Brandon Ward, he asked to use the bathroom. He said, no, you're not. They said, no, you're not a customer. He videotaped a white guy coming out of the bathroom who had not bought anything either, confronted the manager, and they kicked him out of the store.
The video is so compelling, man. He's like,
Yep.
hey, why you getting upset with me? Why do I have to leave? Why did you let in the white guy? He was an Asian guy, wasn't he? Was white
Yeah,
Asian?
he looked like Asian and white together.
And he agreed with him. He was like, hey, man, I don't know why they're treating you like that. I mean, right there on live video, man. That's why I love video. It just exposes people.
It does. And you know what's crazy? People are like, something else had to have had happened.
They always try to justify.
No, he was black.
Long-distance relationships. Call in right now. It's the Michael Baden Show. Thank you all for tuning in. Call in about your long-distance relationship. Thank you all for tuning in to the best music on radio. And thank you all so much for being a part of our family and making us a part of yours. Your calls right now on long-distance relationships. I got Eric called in from North Kakalaki. What's up, E? How you doing, man?
How you doing? I hope I don't lose you. I'm on 95 now.
It's all good.
Taking my boo back down with me from Maryland. And we've been together for 7 years doing this long distance transaction with each other. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of expensive to travel back and forth, but it's well worth it for me because we have something seriously going on. Something
it was
really
worth
good.
it for me too.
You do have to have much better communication skills. You have to be much more mature, and you have to be much more patient. Don't you think so, Eric?
I do. We're both on the same page, and we're actually high school sweethearts and grew up together. We just parted for over a period of time and got back together. I found her on Facebook, looking for her, seeking her, and after
social
30
media,
years,
didn't
we
it?
actually connected back together again.
Look, I'm gonna support you right now. Hold on, man. All right, thank you for the clap, George. Thank you. In fact, Eric, this is what I want you to do. I want you to say something nice to your ladies. I want to support long distance relationships. Say something to her right now about being together long distance. Go ahead.
My dear, you are my wing, my everything, my rock, my shield. You give me much support in everything that I do. You've always been with me. You never showed anything different that would make me feel any strange things about myself. You motivate me. You keep me positive. You give me the energy I need to do my job every day so I can support the both of us and do all I can do. I love you, honey, and will never let you go.
Woo! I'm not against long distance relationships. In fact, when you move around,
been in one?
I've been in many. Most of my relationships have been long distance. But here's the question for you all calling in. In fact, let me put here we go again. Shamisha.
I was in a long-distance relationship for 13 years, and I didn't expect for him to be completely faithful to me when it came to that part because I was not there.
Gotcha.
And me not being that, but being there, wanting the relationship with him, as long as we were honest and open with each other, we made it work.
Okay, here's my question. My second question then is, what is the objective of the relationship? Is it to just have fun, or is it to build something? Because if that's the case, shouldn't there be a certain time understanding of where this is going? I mean, where is it going?
We're going to meet up, or you're going to move to me, or I'm going to move to you?
Yes.
Well, after 13 years, we met up, and I
Whoa.
You missed that part. Yeah, she's been in it for 13 years.
OMG.
I've been in a relationship 17 years. He's my first love, and we've been away from each other for 13 years.
Maybe that's the
And
key to
we
successful
are now-
marriages. Stay the hell away from each other for 13 years. That sounds like it. Shamisha, thank you for calling in. It's the Michael Bathing Show. Coming back with more of your calls. Did she say 13 years, though?
17.
I missed that. Call in right now if you've been together for 10 years with the same 3 years long distance. Call the Michael Bathing Show right now so I can find out what's wrong with you. It's Grown Folks Radio, one world, one mic, one love. You know, when you think about social media, welcome back to the show, family. When you think about social media, it creates long distance relationships because everybody you meet, most of the people you meet are not in the same city or state that you're in, when you're on social media. On Facebook, almost none of the people I'm talking to are in the town that I'm in at that time. Most of them are from someplace else, so it's inevitable you're going to have long-distance relationships. Sharice, how you doing? Thanks for calling.
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Good. What's your take on this?
I will never participate in another long-distance relationship ever in life.
Woo! Tell me why.
And now that he's no longer long distance and we're living together, I'm kind of like waiting, like, okay, well, when is he going home? Like, I got used to him not being around, like.
Can I tell you what's hard? When you're dating somebody local, they can come by, you can spend some time together, and they leave. Every time when you're dating long distance, they have to stay for at least 2 or 3 days or more. George, that's hard early on in a relationship. But I guess if it's the right person, maybe it's not hard.
It is not hard at all. In fact, those 3 days feel like 24 hours. Before you know it, the person's time for them to go back. And all that time has been spent. It's been quality time, not arguing, not bickering, but doing important stuff.
Yeah, no.
George, I don't think you showed Sharice. Hey, Sharice, thanks for calling. Where you calling us from, by the way?
Virginia, outside of D.C.
Way to represent for me, lady. Thank you for calling us, the Michael Bathing Show. We come back. I got to have a conversation with you, George, about something I think is a challenge or a reality when it comes to long-distance relationships. You all want to stick around for this. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And I'm going to keep it real when we come back. If you're dating long distance, you want to stick around for this. This is the Michael Bathing Show. We're back on the Michael Bathing Show with National Haiku Day. Ladies and gentlemen, now Dominique DePrima has her haiku. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, well, let's try this. Okay. Michael Bathing Show. An amazing adventure. Man, I'm hungry too.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that was great, huh?
Everybody's
I
hungry.
like that because
Go ahead.
that we all tied into ours. That was awesome. I'm
Tanisha's
impressed.
got one.
I got one. You guys ready?
Here we go.
Okay.
Gotta be about food.
Sexy voice, it's not. We really wish you would stop. Heavy breathing, thought.
Okay, we're not going to be doing this anymore.
Boss a thought?
Stop
Yeah,
it,
pretty
Dominique.
much.
He didn't catch it.
What the hell is a fart?
No, I was thinking thought.
Like
That-
fart?
National
that.
Did you say fart?
Haiku
Like a
Day,
fart?
ladies and
I did
gentlemen.
not
Over
call him
there.
that.
If you can do better, go to videopitch.com
And
and
you
drop it
can.
like it's hot.
We hope you can.
You're listening to the Michael Bathing Show, family, sponsored by videopitch.com. If you have a story, a talent, or a business to promote, and I'll share it with my 5 million monthly users. And here's the best part. You get paid to do it. Log on to videopitch.com now and become a contributor. That's videopitch.com. Now back to the Michael Bathing Show. Another Starbucks video? Are you serious, Tanisha? What went down this time? In fact, Dominique, you have this story. What happened at Starbucks this time?
Okay, so this is in Redondo Beach, California, beach community. A guy goes in to Starbucks and he wants to use the bathroom before he's bought something. They won't give him the code. He waits by the door. A guy that's not black comes out and he asks him, has he bought something? The guy says no. So the man confronts the manager. All of this is on camera. And she tries to basically kick him out of the store, saying it's a private business. And Brandon Ward went viral with this video. And, Starbucks is under a lot of heat right now.
What is going on? I mean, if you all have not seen the video, go to Based in Live right now on Facebook, Based in Live on Instagram, Based in Live on Twitter, and check it out, man. This is absolutely fragrant. I can't even say flagrant. I'm so upset. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, the two men arrested in Philadelphia have agreed to meet with the Starbucks CEO, Kevin Johnson. So we'll see how that plays out there.
Let's see if they can justify this nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about long-distance relationships. I'm getting ready to get on a plane, headed my butt down to ATL. See you guys at St. James Live. It's going down tomorrow night. Michael Basin live in Atlanta, baby, shutting the city down. I'm still getting misty over the last call.
I know,
Aaron just
right?
called in about long-distance relationship. How long had they been together, George? 7 years?
7 years, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, brother, do you got a sister?
right. But, you know, this is so common. And where did he say that they met? On Facebook.
That's right.
Social media is what? Go ahead, Miles. What do you say?
High school sweetheart.
High school sweetheart.
But
they reconnected on. Thank you very much for listening. That's why I need more than one ear in the building. But this is the challenge now. I'm sorry. This is the reality now. Social media is bringing people together, not only from around the country, but they're dating from around the world, dude.
No
you got
doubt
folks
about
who are
that.
dating in other countries and getting together months and years later and building relationships. It's
talking
truly
about-
amazing. Felicia's on, George. Felicia, how you doing?
What up, Felicia?
I've been in a long-distance relationship. It's 4 things that must happen for it to succeed.
Mhm.
There has to be a balance in the travel, meaning I can't always be the one
Good
going
point.
to see you.
Mhm.
You got to come see me.
Okay.
The communication must be open, not just texting. We're too grown for that.
Agreed,
We
too.
need to talk, have conversation. Intimacy cannot lack.
You
If I'm
got
only
that
seeing
right.
You once every month and a half.
You got
or
that
bring
right.
that. You gotta
you
bring
gotta
that.
bring it.
Yes.
So you got to
doubt.
keep me, and I got to keep you interested in all that good stuff.
And last but not
When we're
least, number
together-
4.
Last but not least, when we're together, that's our time. Phones
Good point.
off.
Yep.
People, are out the loop.
I love her.
She's throwing
She
down.
got it.
She's throwing
She
down.
got it.
Hey, Felicia, stand by. I want to talk to you when we
Yes,
come
sir.
back. I got a question for you. I want to challenge you with it, okay?
Oh, God. Okay.
We don't call the best show on radio for nothing. Thank you all for tuning in to the Michael Basin Show. A moment ago, we were talking to a young lady by the name of Felicia. We lost Felicia.
Yeah, bye, Felicia.
You're never going to get in because you're never going to get in again. I can tell you that right now.
But she made a great point, though.
Okay, so let me tell you what Felicia said. We're talking about long-distance relationships. She broke down the 4 things. She said communication. She also said the time has got to be yours. In other words, don't share the time when you're long-distance. You get together, you're dividing your time.
That's right.
There was a third one. I want to save the 4th
Well, she
one.
said, the loving has to
No,
be
no,
good.
that's the 4th
and-
one. I want to save that one. There was another.
Oh, okay. And
All of us forgot already.
Travel. You can't be the only
the
one.
travel.
Yeah, she can't be
They
the only
gotta-
one. It's got to be two-sided.
Yeah, it's gotta
And
be
then,
mutual.
George, tell them about the last one.
And the loving's got to be for real. It's got to be thrown down. It's got to be off the charts. But it usually is.
It has to be.
Because if it's not,
It's
you
not gonna
won't have a
last.
second trip.
Right.
No one's
going
going
to
to spend that money
right.
again. It's not going to be no long distance relationship if that's not in place.
You need to be able to bond. You have to have a special bond to be
I
together
used
long
to do it
distance.
at the airport. You
George-
understand? I didn't even get out. All right, I kept bond money with me. You understand me?
So for all of you all out there, all of the 4 things she said are critical. The intimacy is very important. Don't even fool yourself to believing you're going to have average intimacy. I'm just going to use that word for the kids who are listening.
And you got to
Long
communicate.
distance.
You
I
got to
agree.
talk. And you got to be honest with each other. You're spending thousands of dollars.
Yes.
This is not something that, you're playing with. You're budgeting this.
And also,
So,
you're spending a lot of time because those hours
That's
on the
right.
phone, you're talking about 3-4 hours at a time on the
that's
phone.
a phone bill.
Yes.
All right? Because ain't no texting. All right. You can't see each other. So you at least got to talk.
Coming back with your calls on long distance relationships, something that has become the norm right now in this country and around the world. This is the Michael Basin Show. Let me just say this before we get out of here today. I'm not against long distance relationships. Welcome back to the Michael Basin Show. For those of y'all just tuning in, make sure to check out the podcast later about downloading the Michael Basin Show app. There were some great points made about being in long distance relationships. So if you're in one, you might want to go check out the podcast and hear what the folks had to say. Camilla is on the line. I'll get your point. Then I got a question for you, Camilla. What do you say about long distance relationships?
I say no.
No. Why?
I never did long distance relationships, and I visited Florida last year, and I knew that I wanted to move here. I went online, I met my boyfriend, and 6 months later, I moved here to Florida.
Where? Where are you in Florida? I want to get the visual.
I'm in, when I moved down, I took a 7-month lease in Dr. Phillips.
I know it.
And
I used to
then-
live in Dr. Phillips. Yeah.
I used to live right by Universal, and then we moved over here to Altamont. And
I know it.
if I hadn't have popped up when my son graduated high school and moved, I probably would have never moved.
So you're against it. I mean, you know it's been successful for some people. Maybe it's just the person you met and not the long distance.
Nope. I would've,
well, maybe not.
I've never dated long distance. Never.
So why are you against it? If it could have worked out, I've dated long distance. You can meet some great people long distance. I don't want to put this out there and be negative about it because the person that's for you, your soulmate, if you will, may not be the person who lives in the same city. You're not with that?
That's true. That is absolutely true. But that is why I moved here. I've never believed in long-distance relationships. I don't believe in sitting on a plane during the holidays, going back and forth to visit my boo. I'm right there with him.
Well, I can't be mad at you. I agree. He should want you to be there, but sometimes it's a process. People can't just leave their job sometimes. Sometimes, I'm going to tell you what's a real challenge with moving in long-distance relationships. The other person has a parent. There's another parent involved, and there's a child involved, and you can't just move your child away from the other parent.
Yeah.
So obviously not your issue, but it is an issue for some people. Something to think about, family. Food for thought on the Michael Baisden Show, talking about long-distance relationships. Don't forget to join us on social media, Michael Baisden Live, Michael Baisden Show on Facebook. This is Baisden Nation. Finally, the fellas are representing on this topic of long-distance relationships. Thank you all for tuning in. Myself, I've been involved in mostly long-distance relationships with my career, moving me around the way I have. I know George has been in this industry for a long time. Tanisha's been in the Air Force. Her and her spouse have been in the Air Force. And, of course, Miles has just been Miles.
That's my name, Miles, man. I'm all over.
Andre, what's going on? That was a good one, Miles. What's up, Dre? How you doing?
I'm hanging in, my brother. I appreciated being amongst royalty. I finally got on.
That's my dude. Thank you for calling, man. What do you say about long distance?
Thank you for the compliment about
George,
the
he was talking to me, sir. Thank you very much. What do you say, Dre?
Long distance relationships will work. I was in a long distance relationship with my wife before we got married. She was living in California at the time. I was living in Georgia. It does work. But this is another topic that was going to get you. Me and her were sleeping apart 2,000 miles away from each other. When we got married, I was 5 feet away from her and got all kinds of HELL. I just don't understand it. But that is a topic within itself.
Wait a minute. Wait. So you were good when you were in Georgia and she was in Cali, but once you got together, it went south.
Yes. She did her old bait and switch.
Like I said.
See, this is the challenge, Dre. This is the challenge of dating someone across the country, and then, man, people go from dating long distance to moving in. And what my preference is, if we're gonna move together, we got to move to the same city first, and then we move into the same house, ideally. But a lot of people can't afford to do that.
That's true.
And that's why they end up moving in together. Most cannot. What do you mean by hell? I want some insight. What do you mean by she gave you hell, by the way?
Well, with hell, it's like I said, it was the old bait and switch. It's like when she came in, like I said, this is a whole brand new topic. But when she came in within the relationship, it was boundaries. Oh, we're married now, so we can't do this. Oh, we're married now, we can't do that. I mean, what is all these restrictions? You should have brought that up to the front,
Hey,
from
Dre,
the forefront.
Dre. Let's keep it honest. She was rationing, wasn't she, man?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, just say what it is, man.
You know.
Yeah, you're stressed out, aren't you, Dre? Yeah, no, I hear the stress. I hear it. You're stressed, aren't you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your head hurt, doesn't it?
Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of them.
I'm done with both of you.
That's it.
I'm
Go
done.
back into the music. We're out of here before we get kicked off the radio. It's the Michael Baisden Show. Good luck, Dre. George, come here, man.
Oh, George.
Hey, before we get out of here, we got to give some love to Kendrick Lamar. Dominique, how big is this?
This is huge. The first time ever an artist who's not a jazz or classical artist gets recognized with the Pulitzer Prize for music. Go Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, George.
No, it's just incredible what these new artists and some of these brothers and the talent they have, and he is at the top of his game right now. Much respect and congratulations, bro.
Looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in Atlanta, St. James Live. It is going down tomorrow night. Get your tickets by listening to Mix 87.7. I'll see you guys in Orlando on May 17th. Buffalo, New York is now on the list. And, of course, it's going down in Memphis, Tennessee, baby. April 28th. Bookstock on the road, baby. See you guys on the radio tomorrow. I'm out of here, y'all.
Peace.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
For years, Mr. Cohen has acted like he is above the law. He has considered himself and openly referred to himself as Mr. Trump's fixer. He is played by a different set of rules, or should we say no rules at all. He has never thought that the little man, or especially women, mattered. That ends now. My attorney and I are committed to making sure that everyone finds out the truth and the facts of what happened, and I give my word that we will not rest until that happens.
That, of course, is Stormy Daniels, the adult film star who alleges she had a relationship with the president. Now, she was in court for the president's personal lawyer's hearing, and she just let the people know why she was there. She's got a lot to say, and it turns out in the course of this hearing, it came out that one of the clients of Attorney Cohen is also Sean Hannity. Now, Cohen tried to keep this secret, but it turns out apparently this man has a pattern of fixing similar kinds of problems for high-powered men.
Tell them the other guy. So it's Donald Trump and his Republican, he's a Republican convention chairman or something.
Right,
or was.
An RNC official. He was, I think, until the day before yesterday when he decided to step down because, again, this man had got a Playboy model pregnant, and he was married at the time, and he offered to pay her $1.6 million. But again, this is a deal that Cohen was a consultant on. And so it does appear that he has a pattern of behavior, and that's not good news for the president of the United States.
It isn't. Tanisha, you nod your head.
It's just ridiculous at this point. You know what I mean? It's just with Russia, everything going on. Syria, it was obvious with the bombing and everything was to deflect and distract. I mean, he has caused so much problems for this country. But I'm telling you, man, they got something on him. Russia has something on him.
And you're referring to the story that we have about him stepping back from the sanctions, Dominique.
Yeah, President Trump stepping back after UN Ambassador Nikki Haley said there were sanctions coming against Russia. They were going to come down hard. It was all expected to go down today, and the president pulled back from that. He says he's just not ready to sign off on them. He's not comfortable yet. As it turns out, it's now come out that the president didn't even want to expel those Russian diplomats, that he was angry after that happened, but he had gone forward with it even though he wasn't comfortable with it. So it will raise a lot of questions.
Is there any doubt in any sane person's mind? This is not a Democratic thing. I'm not that hype on politics, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not that crazy about Democrats. If you want the truth to be known, I'm not crazy about politicians. But what's happening, man, is really an affront to the country, man. It's dangerous. They have something on him, Tanisha.
They do.
I believe they do.
And I think it's deep. It's going to deal with money.
You think it's deeper than what? Deeper than what?
The prostitutes and the urination and all that situation. I think it may deal with something more illegal as far as activity, whether it's drugs
or money.
Murder. I mean, murder.
You think it's murder, Miles?
I mean, it's some mob stuff.
It could be.
I don't trust
Well, the thing
this
is, you've got all these puzzle pieces, right? You've got all these women. You've got the fact that he does not want to release his tax returns, which means he's probably hiding some financial interactions. You've got the alleged compromising tape and pictures that supposedly the Russians have compromat on him or, leverage on him. So there's all these different pieces, and they all seem to point towards Russia. And so they could all be, all of those could be facts.
A man who claims to be so fearless, who's very raw and says what he feels. Why is he so shook whenever Russia or Putin is in the mix?
To step back from sanctions when your ambassador to the United Nations has made it clear that there will be sanctions. And, there's rumors that Nikki Haley is the side chick.
Right, that supposedly she's having an affair with the president. And if you read between the lines in the Washington Post article, they have, officials complaining that she often talks with him privately about what she's going to say in her speeches, and so others aren't in the loop. So, wink, wink.
How about that? Thank you all for listening, family. We'll be back live with the Michael Baisden Show. My whole life is long distance. This radio show is long distance. George leaves and goes to Dominique
Another
leaves
parts of the
and
world.
goes to L.A. I leave and go to Miami. Miles leaves and go to Las Vegas. And Tanisha sometimes goes to Las Vegas as well, right? Joe is someplace else. And this is how the world is now, man. You don't meet people who live where you are. 9 times out of 10 now, the people that you meet are not in your city. It's just normal now.
The girls back in the day in my hood, they nicknamed me long distance. I can't tell you why. But let me go ahead.
I'm not
Mellow
gonna
from a
ask.
mile away.
If you go online and you look at the person just off of physical attraction, what you see as compatible characteristics, 99% of the time they're not going to live in your town. And so when you develop a rapport with that person, having a conversation with that person, you're not going to stop talking to them because they're not around the corner. You're going to find a way to work it out.
And I also say this, what if you do meet somebody who lives near you, but because of job opportunities, they have to move and you can't leave? So a lot of people, they normally try the long distance thing.
And what about you, Doc? Go ahead.
Sometimes you fall in love and it just happens. And these are things that you cannot predict, you can't plan. People always try to. When my fiance and I met in Virginia Beach, I was there on business and hanging out. She was there.
We've never
just
heard
taking
this
a
story,
vacation.
by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So take your time, Joe.
And she lived in New York at the time. I lived in Chicago. But we fell in love. So we, to Michael's point, figured out a way to continue to, see each other as often as we can, even though we lived in, very, very far away from each other, until we could spend the rest of our time every day together. And that's what we did.
And you and your husband, Tanisha, you all were in the same place. Or were you not?
Yeah, we were. We met in high school.
Okay, well, never mind your story then.
But it gets good because he leaves her a bunch of times. No, he's deployed, you jerk. He's deployed. He's in the military.
I was going to say, as a military spouse and the military lifestyle, there are a lot of times where you have to have a long distance relationship.
That's right.
So.
How do you do that?
In fact, if you don't, your marriage won't work, will it, Tanisha?
No, it won't at all. And constant communication. You try to find ways. You find ways to spice it up.
Do you dress up like in sexy stuff and do like live stream stuff?
Listen to me. Let me tell you something.
She did get that new camera.
First of all, y'all gonna mind your business.
I'm just saying.
You know what's so funny? Absence does sometimes make the heart grow fonder.
Of course
so I
it
find when he goes away that we look forward to the emails and the messages.
You get hotter.
And when he get home, you be in that little outfit.
Dominique, are you a long distance relationship lady?
Not so far. It's funny because me and my girlfriends talk about that. Someone being GU or geographically undesirable. If you meet them on Twitter, or even if you just meet them, in real life, if they live far away, it's kind of a bummer. Even though, one of my girlfriends is a flight attendant, so she could fly to see the person. But I don't know. It's just.
If that person
rule it
shows
out.
interest, Dominique, and they're all that way from somewhere, a man shows interest. That's very intriguing for a man or a woman.
I
You
agree.
keep calling and trying to say, hey, I know we live 1,000 miles away, but I want to tell you I'm thinking about it. I can't wait till I see you. That's very intriguing to people. Maybe why Michael's
I'm
been in
not
so
going to
many
say
of
it's
them.
never, it's never happened.
Dominique has needs, George.
I met somebody
My fault.
in
No, I mean
another
dating
country that still, reaches out to me on
He
Facebook
wants you,
and
Dominique.
stuff.
It requires a lot of
It's like,
trust.
really?
though.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of trust.
Wait.
No more trust than it does the guy that's staying right around the block from you.
First of all, some people prefer long distance relationships. Who's to say you're the only person he or she is dating? So maybe it works out great if he or she is dating other people. The fact that you're long distance is
You only have to tell him.
But that we can still
George.
say no. See, and that's where trust comes in.
That sounds like a formula to me, my
But it does, right?
Serial long distance.
It is.
But trust.
Area
George, but you
codes.
do tell George.
Yes, you have to be honest about it.
I'm at the bar.
All right, I got to get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Think about whether or not a long distance relationship works for you. It's all a very personal thing. And don't listen to George. You have to tell the person the truth if you're in a long distance relationship. Sometimes you don't have to tell them. That's not true. Thanks for listening to the Michael Michael Baisden channel, streaming live on the web in all Echo Amazon devices. Sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Tell all your friends who are filmmakers, entrepreneurs, comedians, or artists to log on to VideoPitch.com today and start getting paid for uploading their best videos. Go to VideoPitch.com now and share your story, show off your talent, and promote your business, and get paid doing it. And also, family, don't forget to join me on Facebook at Michael Baisden Live and Michael Baisden Show, and hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Baisden Live. That's BAISDEN Live. And yes, that's actually me posted on the page, family, not my representative. See you next time on the Michael Baisden Show for more hot topics and great music.